Do I want straight teeth that bad?
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shantae for those who are new. Long time no see. I hope you all are doing amazing. I'm going to be talking about my experience with my Invisalign treatment as well as my experience going through crown lengthening surgery. I just wanted to come on here and share my experience for anyone who may be going into their Invisalign treatment in the middle of it and just want to know if anyone else is going through the same thing, or if you're simply just looking for different ways to perfect your smile, such as getting crown lengthening surgery done. I hope that I can answer some of the questions that y'all might have. Let's just get straight into the video. So honestly, what made me get Invisalign is that I've always had a insecurity about my teeth, and as I grew up, it just became something that just didn't go away. The first time I tried to fix my teeth, we're gonna do a little flashback. A couple years ago, I tried to do Smile Direct Club. Long story short, 0 out of 10, would not recommend. I wasted so much time and money. I spent over $1,200 with Smile Direct Club, and I did not even see half of the progress that I've seen with Invisalign. One piece of advice you can take from this video is please go to an orthodontist to get braces, because it's just not worth it. You'll lose money. You can risk your health. It's just not worth it. Consultation was pretty cool. I've met my orthodontist before, so he was just telling me the recommendations that he would do for my teeth, suggestions on the treatment plan, and then he asked me like for my input. So we went ahead and did an x-ray. That basically was just making sure, you know, so he can just get an overview of my teeth in general, but also making sure I didn't have any cavities, because if you have any cavities, you will have to get those filled before you get your trays. And then also he wanted to do 3D imagery of my teeth so he could send it off to Invisalign. So once they sent off the imagery to Invisalign, it took about 2 weeks for them to get back to me, and then I came in for another appointment. So they told me my treatment plan would be 12 to 18 months, and the treatment total price was $4,439 out of pocket. Dental insurance paid some of that, so I was left with the total of $2,219 out of pocket, and that whole total price includes my retainers and any adjustments that are needed. So once you agree to everything and painfully swipe that card, they will go ahead and send Invisalign the green light to go ahead and make your trays, and your trays take about 4 weeks to be made. And while you're waiting for your aligners to be made, your orthodontist is going to schedule an appointment to come in to start prepping you for your aligners. The two things that they did to prep me was attachments and IPR. And attachments are basically like these little buttons that go on your teeth that help with the positioning of your aligners. It just basically makes your aligners work better. Now they are tiny, they do feel weird, they can scratch you in your gums, so if they do start to irritate you or start to scratch you, contact your orthodontist and they will kind of shave them down a little bit so they're not as pokey. Just note that the attachments, they can come off. Now I had about 3 or 4 come off. One I actually was able to catch, and then the other ones, I think I swallowed them. I don't know where they went, so they had to go somewhere. And then the next thing that I got done was IPR, which is called interproximal reduction. They went through my bottom teeth and they basically took a, like, it felt like a nail file, but they went in and sanded the enamel off of my teeth to reduce the width of it. You might need it, you might not need it, but what it does is that it creates space for your teeth to move. Didn't feel the best, but it did not last long. It took about, I want to say like 5 to 10 minutes. And then the next thing after you get prepped for your aligners is that you come back in when your trays are made. So your trays come in a box like this. I got 3 in total, and they don't give you all 3 at once. You just come back gradually as they're ready for you, and they check your progress along the way. But this is how the box looks, and all your aligners come individually wrapped and numbered. Within that appointment, they're going to tell you some of the rules that you have to follow, and some of the main rules are you cannot eat or drink anything other than water while your aligners are in, and then also you do have to wear your aligners 22 hours out of the day. Wearing them 22 hours out of the day was not hard for me at all. So I think you just really just adapt to it once you get them, and then you're just used to that routine. While you're also putting in your aligners, they will tell you that you are going to have a list. I still have one to this day, and like I said, we're almost 2 years in, and at this point it's just the way that it is. I try to enunciate my words, but I think the list was always going to just be there just a little bit. So my plan involved me doing my bottom row first. So within the first month, I only did my bottom trays, and then in the second month I went into doing both. But within that first month, it was pretty chill, honestly. The bottom did not move that much because I had the IPR. I noticed that my teeth were kind of shifting backwards. So it wasn't really painful or anything. It just was a awkward looking phase. Like, I just was looking at my teeth like, trust the process, just trust the process. But within that first month, I didn't really have any pain. Now the second month is when I received my bottom and my top. And if I could say how the pain was sometimes out of 10, I would give it like an 8.5. Your teeth are moving together, and it's creating a lot of pressure on your teeth, a lot of pressure on your gums. It is just uncomfortable, achy, soreness. Is it unbearable? No. But is it aggravating? Yes. So this is something that I would highly recommend you do, is change your aligners at night. You're always going to change them every week on the same day. You want to change them at night because you genuinely want to sleep through that first set of hours of pain. When you wake up in the morning, you kind of gotten through the first round of it shifting. It's going to do its big job at that point within those first couple hours. So by the time you wake up, you are going to feel sore. You're going to feel the after effects of your teeth shifting to your new aligners. Things that you can take to alleviate the pain: you can do ice packs, or you can take Tylenol. All in all, it's like beauty is pain at the end of the day, and that's kind of what I chucked it up as. I was like, you wanted to do this. I already knew how my teeth were going to look at the end, and I was like, we just have to get to the end. Honestly, the pain does not last the whole week. My initial pain lasted about 2.5 days. So by the third day, I'm able to remove my trays in and out. I'm able to eat what I want again. I couldn't have anything crunchy within the first 2 days because my teeth were not having it. Didn't even want to chew, honestly. So soups, oatmeal, grits, eggs, things that are very gentle on the teeth is what you're going to want to prioritize eating. And then after a few days and your teeth kind of get shifted to your new trays, you're back to your normal scheduled programming until your next set of trays. And I also want to touch on how to keep track of your trays, because that's very important. You don't want to push your treatment plan back further than it needs to be. What I do like about Invisalign is that they do number each pouch. So when you are changing out your trays, make sure that you are always paying attention to what number you're on. It's always going to be numbers on the pouch, and it's going to be numbers on the actual aligners themselves. But if you do have a busier schedule, you can download the Invisalign app. You put all your information in there, and they can send you notifications on when to change your aligners. Because you're putting so much money into this, you really do want to make it a priority and stay on schedule. The next important thing I want to talk about is how to keep them clean, because that is very important. You are wearing them all day, every day. What I use is this retainer cleaner that I get from Amazon. These clean them very well. I still go in also with a soft bristle brush and some antibacterial soap, mild antibacterial soap, and I just scrub them, give them a good wash, and then I soak them in the retainer cleaner, and that has been keeping them very clean. They can turn yellow if you are wearing them for a longer period of time. It's just the wear and tear that they do. Now, this is what I carry around with me all day, every day. Invisalign is like a kid. It's a lot of maintenance, and everything revolves around them. So I always have to keep this bag with me, and I'm gonna show y'all what I have inside. And the first thing I always keep with me is my travel case. Y'all, please please make sure that y'all are taking y'all aligners out. Every time y'all take them out, please put them in its protective case. You don't want to lose them, or you don't want to damage them. It pushes your treatment plan back, just creates unnecessary trips to the orthodontist. You're going to be at the orthodontist a lot anyways, so I try to prevent any unnecessary trips. Because I saw a TikTok video of this girl. I don't know if she put them in like a napkin or a paper towel or something. She was out at a bar and she left and they threw them away. So she came back and asked them, and luckily the bartender was kind enough to go through the trash and find them. And I just was like looking at the video like, I don't know how much sanitizing or disinfecting you could do to make me want to put them back in my mouth. The next thing I always carry around with me is some travel mouthwash, just to keep everything fresh as possible. And then the next thing I always have is these little tools that help keep my teeth clean after I get done eating. So I always carry around floss, 2 different kinds depending on how I'm feeling. I always keep this tool in here for my aligners. This helps take them out in a more hygienic way. So it has a hook on there that helps you take out your aligners easier. So you just kind of hook it on the back and it takes them out. And then I always have an alcohol pad just to keep everything clean and disinfected. And then the next thing I always have is these Dentec, these like little toothpick brushes, but they have bristles on them, and it helps really get into your in between your teeth to get food and stuff out. And this just holds me over until I get home so I can brush my teeth. Next thing I always keep is a xylitol gum. Xylitol is really good with reducing the levels of bacteria in your saliva. So if you're prone to cavities, I would highly recommend you adding xylitol to your regimen. And then the last thing I always have to have on me is some CeraVe healing ointment. I just put it in this little travel tube, because if you have aligners or if you don't have aligners yet, one thing aligners will do is dry out your mouth as well. If you have dry mouth, your lips are going to be dry too. So I always have to keep this CeraVe healing ointment on me to moisturize my lips throughout the day, because honestly, your lips be going through it. So let's get into my crown lengthening procedure. So if you don't know what crown lengthening surgery is, it's basically where a periodontist goes in and removes the excess gum tissue to help your teeth look longer and wider. The surgery itself was $4,190. My insurance paid some of that, so I was left with $2,095 to cover the procedure, and that covered the front 6 teeth, and that included adjustments and reshaping. So first of all, the procedure itself was absolutely painless. I did not feel anything. They numb you up pretty good. They gave me pain medicine before. They also did a topical numbing, and she did numbing injection. She was like, I think I got about 6 or 7 shots of whatever numbing agent they use. So I was so numb, I could not feel anything.
I'm numb already. I can't feel anything.
Procedure itself was about an hour long, so again, it wasn't painful, but I knew what she was doing. I'm awake, so I could feel everything. You could get put under anesthesia, but I wasn't paying for all that, so I decided to opt for being numb. And also, your periodontist could either do laser or they could do scalpel. Mine did scalpel, so she was in there carving each tooth out. I had one of my AirPods in because I needed to listen to some like meditation calming music to help get my mind off of it. And then I'm going to be showing images and videos of the procedure. If you have a queasy stomach, if you cannot take like blood or anything like that, you might want to skip this part, but I want to show y'all because I think that that's a part of the experience. I liked how interactive she was with me, and she was letting me see the progress and letting me make changes as she was doing it. Sometimes there was a lot of blood, and I was like, oh my God, what is happening? I even get a little queasy when it comes to that. So I was a little bit out of it because I was like, oh my God, like just such a strange experience. But I'm happy that I went through with it because I'm loving my results so far. So after she removed the excess gum, she did go in and remove the bone with a drill. Now that was a little bit uncomfortable because it was a lot of pressure, a lot of water, and I could smell it. So that wasn't the most pleasant thing that I had to go through, but she did remove the bone because she did not want the gums to grow back, because they can. And she added stitches along the gum line of those 6 teeth. That way, once they heal, my teeth, well, my gums would not grow back. So after you get your procedure done, she does schedule you for a 2-week post-op appointment. So for the next 2 weeks, you are going to, don't want to be pessimistic or scare you, but for the next 2 weeks, your life is going to be so miserable. Finally getting back to my norm, because my post-op appointment was a couple days ago.
So this is about 3 hours out of surgery. I look a mess, please. I don't know where I'm at. So this is how my mouth looks. Sorry, my lips are chapped. This is how they're looking. I can't move my top lip or anything. Everything is pretty numb still, and then my pain is a little bit discomfort. But I don't really want to be so aggressive with my mouth, so they told me to just leave my mouth alone, let it kind of be. I do have some gauze that I've been using to blot the blood off.
And then after your appointment, you do want to go pick up your medication. They prescribed me with amoxicillin to fight infections and ibuprofen 800 for pain. Let me tell y'all about this amoxicillin real quick. The side effects of amoxicillin can make you very fatigued and also nauseous. I was both. I slept a lot. Happy that I took that week off from work because nothing was, listen, I was a help to no one. So how I kept my mouth clean while I was healing was they prescribed me with this oil rinse. This made me nauseous as well because it does have a metallic taste to it, like an aftertaste that I did not like at all. And I was using that as a rinse, and also I was doing salt water rinses. I wanted to make sure that my gums were healing as much as they could, so I was doing that every hour on the hour. It was a process. Like, again, I wasn't in too much pain, and if I was, they did give me these ice packs. These are the self-activated ones. But again, I was icing my mouth 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, and rinsing my mouth out as much as I could with salt water to keep my teeth clean, because I wasn't able to brush my teeth at all. I wasn't able to brush the top. I was only able to brush the bottom after 24 hours because you don't want anything to disturb your stitches. So I had to be very gentle. So within the first couple of days, I wasn't able to swish my mouth around. I wasn't able to talk really. I wasn't able to smile. It was a lot of, my mouth just felt so intensely tight.
Today is day 5. I just was talking to my mom for about 30 minutes, which is good because I haven't really been able to talk these past few days. But I was only able to talk to her for a little while before I started feeling discomfort. So I just got done icing my mouth. When I talk a lot, I start to feel my stitches, and it's just not, I don't know, it's just an uncomfortable feeling.
Healing process on itself was, I'm gonna show y'all pictures, but this is how my teeth were healing. It was having like this dead skin coating along my gum line on my teeth. I was like, what the hell is that? So when I was finally able to really swish my mouth around like I wanted to, the oil rinse took all of, not all of it, but it kept doing it every day more and more. Ugh, I just wanted to throw up. I kept asking myself multiple times through both of these experiences, like,
is this worth it? Am I doing it? Like, do I want straight teeth that bad? Do I want bigger teeth that bad?
The answer was always yes, but I was miserable, I tell you, because I said I just had my post-op appointment a few days ago, and I'm still getting used to biting into things. I'm able to put my top aligners back in, but that's the most that I'm able to do. It just still feels weird. It really does. You know, I'm using more of my teeth. I don't have to bird feed myself anymore, but I'm intentionally not biting into things with my front teeth. And then I want to mention, if you are a side sleeper, you're gonna be very uncomfortable because you're gonna have to sleep on your back and you're gonna need a neck pillow. I feel like this helped heal me faster as well because I wasn't putting any added pressure. So once you get through your first 2 weeks of chaos, you do have your post-op appointment where she's going to check on everything, make sure everything is healing the way that it should, and also she's going to be removing your stitches if you still have them. They were dissolvable. Some of mine dissolved, but not all of them. She did tell me everything is healing very nicely, but she is going to want to go in and reshape some of my gum lines from the way that they are healing, but she wants to give them a chance to fully heal. So I have an appointment in October where I'm gonna go back and do some reshaping. So this is how my smile started off, and this is how my smile is now, and we still got some ways to go. It was so worth all the pain, the torment, and the torture. After I go through reshaping and then I do bonding, I'm going to end everything with a whitening treatment. I cannot wait. I think your smile, your appearance overall is just something that you can't put a limit to. Like, it's so important to just make yourself happy and feel 100% confident. And if you have the accessibility, if it's in the budget, like, why not do it, you know? So once I get done with everything, I know I'm going to have to get my retainers, and they're going to fit my new teeth once I get them reshaped in October. Honestly, I don't mind my aligners. I probably won't mind having the retainers in all day. And I've been wearing, you know, aligners itself for what, almost 2 years now. So yeah, for the rest of my life, why not? I know for having them out for 2 weeks, my teeth were already shifting. Yeah, I'm not messing this up. I'm not doing another round, I tell you that. I pray for the people who have to go through this process again, because it is just not easy. I've seen all I needed to see, and I'm done. This is it for me. Yes, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I answered some of the questions that you might have had. But if you have any more questions, please make sure to leave them down below. I'll catch you guys in my next video.